Hey guys, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, our Let's Play series where we have taken Bolivia and we have turned them into a fascist state. We have fully annexed Paraguay and we are now working on Peru. Last episode we were able to pretty much encircle Lima, their capital, and we're going to pick up where we left off and hopefully finish off Peru in this episode. That ultimately is the goal. I think we can successfully do it. We have done some wonderful posturing in terms of how we're advancing our lines, and I think that once we take Lima, we'll be able to really figure out where their new capital is going to be and have a better idea of how close they are to capitulation. And it looks like we are getting some pushback. We were able to move up last episode. I believe when we started the episode, our line was about right here. And we were able to fully take most of this territory. It looks like, they say maximum attrition present. They got a port. I have no navy. There's no way I'm blockading this. But apparently they are going to face some attrition, which I still really don't fully understand that, but, chalk that up to another mystery that I'm never going to get. And it looks like our division down here is definitely going to be able to make some headway. I think we'll let their attrition grow. Yeah, that's the right thing to do, let their attrition grow and then move 10 guys in there, take it, move them up, and then from there, perhaps we snake up the coast. Oh, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. Guess it all depends on where their capital is. I definitely have to think they have another city somewhere. I would assume it would probably be up here. If I were a big city planner, that's where I would put it. But I'm not a city planner in real life, so, I'm probably completely wrong about that. 4%. We need that to further dissipate. 5%. Even better. Even better. Let's take a look. Ancestral legacy. We are slowly working our way to get an additional research slot, and it looks like we've got some time on research. We will be biding our time. Good, they moved up. Okay, there's a little bit of pushback there. Not too shabby though. While we wait, okay, they're building another steel mill. That's good. I would really like to get an aluminum factory, but so be it. Let's take a look at our infrastructure. Oh, heavens, that's just not good whatsoever. Ooh. But, okay, I guess the next thing we would really need to do is probably dump in some infrastructure here. I think we're going to go ahead and just... My patience is waning. I'm ready to be done with this war and turn my attention to Ecuador and then Colombia and Venezuela, and then after that I think it's going to be Brazil's just huge. I'm not sure that they will be our first target. I think Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. That will probably be next on the chopping block once we get to a point where we're able to do that, and that's going to have to go hand in hand with building an air force. And it may go hand in hand with having to build a navy too. That probably, or at least subs. Because I have a feeling that if Argentina does not have a navy, I'd be shocked. But I definitely have a pretty good hunch that Brazil will have one, and we're definitely going to need to find a way to sink their ships, that's for sure. You know, that's one of the things that I've always enjoyed watching the Hearts of Iron videos that people put out, whether they be the Let's Play, Let's Go Through, VIII only battles are definitely hilarious. They definitely they provide a great deal of humor to me, especially if someone does it and they've got an immense amount of speaking presence and they provide some humor to it, because they can make them really funny. But you know, one of the big draws for me about the game is you can literally play as any country that existed. And furthermore, I mean, the modding community out there has done a fantastic job with some of these mods, and they've really, they've done the game a service to the extent where you could almost buy. I mean, I would tell you, if you're interested in trying this game, you can buy the game. I want to say it was $39.99 in US dollars on Steam, and the number of mods that exist for this game, they're not going to require you to buy an expansion, because some of them, like the Road to 56, adds additional focus trees for some nations. Bolivia wasn't one of them. They got the stock run-of-the-mill focus tree, but they've added a lot of that, and they've tweaked a few things. They've made getting political power a little easier. They've expounded on the society and the government of the country that you're going to run, that you can acquire through political power. So, all in all, it's definitely, I think, affords this game with the modding affords players the opportunity to play some very unique scenarios. But there you go. We have taken Lima, and first thing I'm going to check is we're up to 80,000. They're at 242. They capitulated. Okay. I did not think Peru was going to fall this episode, but it looks like they have pretty early on. So we're going to take... Can we take all states? Yeah, it looks like we can. We're going to take them all. Welcome to the Phalangist Bolivia. That's a good war. That is a real good war. And now, I think we may be able to take Ecuador out. Before I move those, let's see, they got, 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces. Okay. So let's just do this. Let's get our troop movements in. 1, 2, here's the third. 3. Alright, now you can definitely see we have definitely gained... Ooh, wow. Oh, just 2 more. But we'll start doing this. We need to... This is not pretty. But we'll start building fighters. Even though it's not great, they will help us. We will begin to go into the Air Force. And I guess we do... How many dock... We got 1 dockyard. And I don't want convoys. I want submarines. So we are going to reposition these guys. Where's this fighter squadron? Y'all can come here to here. What did we get? We got not a whole lot, but every little bit counts. So we'll do that. We'll wait for those to transfer over. I get no template, so let's take a look at this. We are up 4.2. We got 1,000. Well, we'll continue to figure out the whole infrastructure piece. We could definitely use some more steel. So perhaps we can build a steel factory somewhere. And we can. That is good news. We'll save this area, Lima, for a aluminum factory at some point. And, ooh, that is just ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Hey, we may be fascist, but I'll tell you one thing. We build roads. And they love us for it. At least they should. I'm sure they probably don't love us. They're probably like, you took our country. Let's take a look at it. If we justified a war goal. Ooh, 165. Good lord. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to have to wait 155 days, which isn't the end of the world. It definitely will give us the opportunity to bolster some things. And while we're at it, let's kind of mess around with this template. Let's add a engineer company and save it. And I'm kind of happy with that, although I think I probably royally have screwed the pooch when it comes. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. And we are at a deficit. That is just lovely. Perhaps the airplanes will take a backseat for the time being. So in the meantime, we're going to jack this bad boy up to at least 3. We may go to 4 to just speed it along. Hopefully we won't miss too many of the world events. We've got to wait 160 days, which is quite beastly. But that should give us some time to further work on some things. Okay. Maybe I misread that. Oh, actually, no, I didn't misread that. Okay. That's actually, we're actually sitting in a good position. Never mind. I'm actually really happy with how, there we go. The fate of Czechoslovakia. German troops have crossed into Bohemia and Moravia, ostensibly to restore order to the regions in the wake of the collapsing Czechoslovakian government. Oh man, Hitler's getting greedy. He is definitely working on building that Reich. And we can modify our government. We probably need to. Military high command. Those are just not. I mean, we don't have any of that. That just would not benefit us one bit. But I do think. What would that do? Yeah. Not really impressed there either. Power in politics, yeah. Don't really like that. I do like that though. Oh, communism. Ugh. That's organization. Okay. Actually, I think we could fight that. Justify it. Or do I want that divisional organization? Or do I do that? I think that may be worth it. Possibly. Maybe. Oh gosh. We'll go personality cult. Why not? 10%. Ooh. 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 Sure, why not? Traditional roles. Not sure that's the best thing to pick, but so be it. And we're now going to get that fabled 3rd research slot, which is huge. It's going to be so big for us. I mean, golly, we have just been behind the 8 ball. And what are we doing here? Okay, yes. La Vega is basically saying we got to go after these guys and they need fascism. Welcome to the team, buddy. Now you get to make the long hike. I'm going to send you right there. And get organized where they're marching. Logistically, a little short there, but it looks like we'll see what happens. Construction effort. Not bad. 25 civilian factories. 6 of them go to consumer goods. The rest to building roads, inevitably. That'll be necessary. But yeah, good old Phalanges, Bolivia now expands much further than it originally did. Paraguay has capitulated. Peru has capitulated. Ecuador will capitulate very quickly, I have a feeling. And Colombia will probably be a little bit of a bear. But very manageable. And it looks like Hitler has once again ruined the map. Thank you, Hitler. We now have to get new maps. That guy, I'm telling you, he was the worst. But here's the good news. I think once we really get a hold of Colombia, I do think that we will have the military power to truly knock out Venezuela. And Argentina is going to be a fun fight. I really am looking forward to this. I've talked about it in earlier videos. When I started recording, I started this series twice. And the first time I started it, I thought, well, I'll just record and then I'll do a voiceover. And then I realized that I have about 0 production experience. And so I was like, I don't know if I need to do that. And then I bought a headset with a mic. And while the headset got great reviews, I failed to realize that the mic was a little dongle. And it got terrible reviews. It was a Corsair headset. And the sound was fantastic. If you're looking for something to listen to, music or games, or both while you play, the sound coming out of the actual headphones, bar none, amazing. But the mic was terrible. I mean, it was just absolute garbage. So I recorded 3 episodes, went back and listened to them, which I should have just recorded 1 and listened to my voice, and realized that the volume just was terrible. You couldn't hear me. You really never could, make out what I was saying, and so that was a waste of time. But now, this time is apparently the charm. I got a Samson little mini mic that I think they use in podcasts. People, when they go and they will remotely interview people, can plug it into a phone or a tablet, and this thing is unbelievable. I mean, for the size of it, it's about the size of a domino, and it does a phenomenal job at picking up sound, and really has helped me when it comes to recording. So De La Vega, our fearless leader, denounces Ecuadorian ideals. Yes, their democracy is terrible. We must make Ecuador fascist. In fact, we must change their name to Phalanges Bolivia. Who's this guy? This would be Frederico. I don't even want to begin to try to pronounce that in my wonderful accent. Paez, maybe? I don't even know if I'm saying that, but Paez, I believe that is. So Frederico, buddy, I got bad news for you. Here in a whopping 80 days, El Fin. The end. Phalanges, Bolivia. Hopefully we can make this happen by the end of the episode. I don't want to run too much over. I've had 2 that have done it. Not that it's a big deal. Try to keep them around 30 minutes. That, at least for me, when I watch other streams or other people playing games, 30 minutes is ideal, and an ideal time to really be able to put that investment in. So it also makes it easier on me when I upload it to the channel. I'm not spending an immense amount of time putting episodes in. So, but we're going to speed that up to 4 and hopefully not miss too many events. So we got some more planes. That's good. Hopefully we can merge all these together. And what can you do? You can definitely do close air support over here. And I want you to do air superiority. I don't necessarily think that we're going to have that issue, so we're going to slow this down just a little bit so I don't burn this up. But we have now got the 1939 weapons that we need to make a boatload of, quite literally. And we need to figure out what our next tech is. And it's already 1940. I do think we need to go for the support weapons 3 to further make that better for us. And why not? We'll continue to add fighters in there. Did we get the air superiority? Yes, we did. Deploying. Even better. So we're going to go back to the land view, and we're going to jack this back up to 4. Ooh, we should be getting a new research slot, which then I think, in all good conscience, as much as I hate to do this, we need to at least get submarines. We need to get submarines so we can start patrolling the waters, because granted, Argentina is not really going to pose an immense threat, but we need to really kind of own the Pacific side, this coast. We need to own it. I think it would do a lot of, it would benefit us. So let's take a look. Oh dear Lord. Okay. Well, we'll just start here. Square one. And now that we have finished out our fascism tree, we probably need to go ahead and finish out this one so we can get the military research. So we're going to take war economics, since we have established that as we play this game, we will be the aggressor. We will be the one spreading Bolivian fascism to South America. And I guess if we further play this out, the real question becomes, will we ally with Hitler? I never intend to really draw this into a 30-plus episode series, but we very well may. It's something that I think this could happen. It could definitely get there, and the question is, do we take over Latin America and pressure the U.S. and Canada? If the series continues to go this well, it could be something that we continue to revisit. Bump that up again. Oh, how long? Okay, it looks like, if my math, which is probably terrible, 44 days. France bans communism. Now we have the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Who's that between? Oh, Germany and the Soviet Union. Oh, Papa Stalin over here. And this guy basically agreed that they're not going to obliterate each other. Sad day. Sad day. Bad day for France, Great Britain, and Franco. Are we still improving relations with him? He seems to like us. Let's do this. I'd like to. How long does that last? Is it indefinite? I kind of want to be friends with him. I think I meant to do that earlier, but I just didn't. Oh well. Ooh, 28 days. That'll go back quickly. Research-wise, about the time we declare war, we will have the computing machine, which unfortunately is not the laptop, or the Apple, or an IBM. I bet they'll probably just call it the De La Vega. That's what I would call it. I'd name it after our fearless leader. Getting close. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Quito will be mine. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll march in pretty quickly. And fearless leader has spoken. He said, "You need to rally behind this. We need to take Quito." Just something we need to do. Maybe it was Colombia that had 2 capitals. I don't remember. Golly. It's been so long. Oh, and we are there. We are on the eve of their destruction. Alright, so first things first, you hang out down here. In fact, you go to Asunción. Have fun. You should be marching on much better roads than everybody else did. So we're going to declare war. They have no allies. I'm going to pause it so we can go ahead and make our initial moves, because I think we can do this relatively quickly. I get it. Okay, we're just going to keep you all in reserve. In fact, how do I put you back in reserve? Well, it's definitely not right click. Oh man. Alright, well why don't you just fly close ground support too? Can't hurt, right? Oh, and I want you to move there, I want you to move there, I want you to move there, and I want you to go right there. So we'll hit play again, and like I said, I really think that we can get Bolivia, or not Bolivia, we are Bolivia, get Ecuador to capitulate relatively quickly. And I think, you know, it really probably would be well worth our time to start doing that. I think it would also be well worth our time to modify our government to help us out with that. Electronics are key. Yes, that's a little better. So decryption. Let's see if we can figure out what everybody else is doing. So we have engaged the enemy. And these guys should be moving. These folks should be moving quickly, I hope. I'll tell you to move up too. And you should be moving in. So should you. Y'all will win this battle. You should win this battle relatively easily. You to move up. You to move up. Yeah, I don't know what they've been doing, but holy cow. Yeah, I have a feeling we want to. Actually, I want you to move there. Let's just go ahead and nip this thing in the bud. And I don't even think this was a fair fight. I don't even know what they were doing, but whatever it wasn't working. This may, and I'm going to go on record and say this will probably be the fastest war that I end up fighting, period. War economics, okay. Alright, we will do this because you do get an extensive amount of military factories from this. We definitely need this. This is definitely a technology that puts us where we want to be. And they're moving too. Okay. You're going to take the cavalry? Maybe you are. I'm getting a little bit of pushback. You're going to move up though, just in case. Low manpower. Yes. Yes. And I believe that may be all she wrote, folks. I believe we are going to successfully defeat Ecuador in one of the fastest wars known to men. Wow. That's it, folks. That is all she wrote. Should capitulate. Capitulate. There we go. So it looks like I'm going to intern and welcome to the club, Ecuador. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to set this up the best way that I know to take on. Actually, I think I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for next episode. I will reallocate some of the factories. We picked up, it looks like 6 factories, which is great. I mean, it was just fantastic. And we can't do that quite yet, but we can definitely do that. We did pick up no more naval dockyards. Okay. So, yeah, that worked well. Phalanges Bolivia now has conquered Paraguay, Peru, and Ecuador. And it looks like we will be turning our attention to Colombia relatively quickly. We will go ahead and get that on the books. 75 days, that's perfect. What does this do? 75 days. 75 days. Why not? And I think we definitely want them. They're in that province, okay. Y'all will move up. You need to stay put right there. And we need to send 2 of y'all here because I'm just know beyond a shadow of a doubt that'll be an issue. And our 10 stack needs to really double the hammer once again. So, well, I think we are at a point where we're going to make a cut. Successful episode. The fall of Ecuador. And when we get back, we will advance on Colombia. They are our next target, and we will finish with Venezuela. At that point, I feel fairly confident that we will have taken the north, and then we can turn our attention to Argentina, Uruguay, and Chile. And then we can prep for a war with Brazil, which is going to be a bear, to say the least. But that's several episodes in advance. Once again, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. There will be more Hearts of Iron videos, as well as eventually as I continue to play other video games. You'll see some more Let's Play series, as well as potentially some live streams. I've got a friend of mine that is an avid gamer as well, and we do a lot of co-op games together, and he will be joining us at some point in the future with some long playthroughs, where he and I set up some really exciting scenarios and kind of define what we're going to do. But once again, if you like it, like the video, subscribe, leave comments. If there's a country that you think would be very interesting to see a Let's Play through that kind of qualifies for a minor power, don't hesitate to comment. And let me know let me know if which country do you think would be interesting, unique, and/or challenging. But y'all have a good one, and thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to make a cut. I'll see y'all soon.